Okay, we're live. Great. I don't have to hold that pose anymore. That was a little bit creepy. It is 9 a.m., September 16th, 2023. I am tired. It was so hard to get out of bed this morning, but we got progress to make on our game. And I did end up this week getting the leaderboards working, which was a huge relief. So you can see I have a high scores. Oh, you can't see because I'm not in that screen. Okay. Let me bring up the Oculus Developer Hub. Meta Quest Developer Hub. I keep titling things Oculus and then realize later that they've renamed all of their software to Meta, which makes sense given the company name change. All right, let's get to it. Let me drink some caffeine here and wake up a little bit first. So we will look, we'll hop right in, I guess. MetaQuest 3 should launch next month. I'm excited for that one. Oh, man. That's a pick me up. Okay, where was I? Come over to our game development here. You can see we have a high scoreboard now, and it does actually work as long as you're playing on the headset. I guess I can show you that through casting. So, I'm not gonna lie here, I feel extremely stupid. I'm gonna explain why. So, we spent all last stream trying to get the Oculus Online leaderboard system working, which I finally did this week, but we tried literally everything. We added the app ID to our project, which is under our default engine, INI. Yeah, we added the app ID to the project. We added ourselves to the game project on the Quest Store. We did all of the fixes that the Quest Store asked for. We read through the documentation like 10, 20 different times. We uploaded like 10 different builds of the thing, trying different things. And at the end of the day, let me bring up the documentation here to show you. I'll give you a hint what the actual problem was. Let me bring up the documentation. Oh, that is, Quest leaderboards, Quest Developer Hub. Where the hell is their documentation? It was so easy to find last week. Alright, Unreal Engine. Getting started. Platform solutions, get started. Nope, that's not it. Where the hell is it? I can't even find the... Why'd it go back to Unity? I clicked Unreal specifically. Nobody wants to use Unity right now. I cannot find that documentation now to save my life. What the heck? Maybe they deleted it. That would be pretty funny. It's okay. Here we go. Platform SDK plugin. Yep, okay, so this is the page where I was stuck on, which is setting up for platform development with Unreal Engine. So this is the page I was stuck on, setting up for platform development with Unreal Engine. And here is where we messed up. I took this, I added it to my default engine INI, and I typed my app in the Oculus app ID, which makes sense. You know why I was up till 4:30 a.m. that night trying to get this to work? Because on their instructions, they say Oculus App ID, then they put the text App ID here. It never even once occurred to me that maybe, let's say we have our App ID in, you're not supposed to include the brackets. That was the entire problem. I was up until 4:30 a.m., spent countless hours the next 2 days trying to figure out why this wouldn't connect. And you weren't supposed to include the brackets. There's no example here showing what it looks like when it's entered properly. So how was I supposed to know that you're not supposed to include the brackets? I feel really dumb. I feel extremely dumb. But anyway, now the integration works. So let's make a to-do list for this morning. We only have a couple hours here. Yeah, we only have like 3 hours before I got plans. So I have brought up a to-do list. Let's add some items for today. So there's a bunch of stuff we have left to do. We got the leaderboards working, but we need to make them look pretty. I'll probably handle that later, or as we go. So I guess we'll want to add a save game object. Then we'll want to save top 10 local high scores in case user is not online. I think we're also already saving, if I haven't touched this in a minute, so I believe we already have a save game object, which means, let's check that out. Do we have any save games? Blueprints. Maybe we do not. Oh, PB save game, we do. Okay. So what are we currently saving? So right now we're saving variables for unlocks, which is important. So we want to save local high scores, which means we need to be able to properly read the high scores. Into an array. As we've got to face the facts, not everyone is always going to be online 100% of the time when they're in their headset playing the arcade game. So I think it's important to have both local and online leaderboards. So let's write that on our to-do list. We don't need to add a save game object. We already did that. Save top 10 high scores in case user's not online. Say, so that's something we can do today for sure. What else can we do? Another thing we might want to do, probably not today, but on Wednesday perhaps, is maybe since we have these long areas for the game, I'm thinking about maybe mounting scoreboards right here on the map on the pillars, like have screens. Although I don't know how that's gonna look given that I like the cool lighting coming in from behind the pillar. So that's something to think about for sure. Probably should have come up with a to-do list for what we're doing this morning. Earlier, I thought we were going to still be working on leaderboards, but that works. My leaderboards currently work. I can even show you. Let's see, my apps. So here's my app, which has my beautiful face as the program. We have leaderboards. As you can see, I'm not the only one with an entry on the leaderboards. My score is a bajillion times higher than my dad's, but my dad has play tested my game, and I've invited several other people to come play test my game as well. Oh shoot, I did not mean to have my phone audio on. I posted a Instagram short, or YouTube short Instagram reel this morning. Okay. So I guess let's oh, other things I want to do this morning. I do have some other stuff I'd like to do. Save top 10 local high scores. We want to cancel the user's active combo if they get hit. Then we want to cap the combo out at 100. This is something I'm thinking about that I'm not 100% sure I want to do. But cap the combo out at 100. Because that way, right now it's very punishing if you're up to like a 200 or 300 combo and then you lose it. There's no way you're gonna get on the leaderboard. You have no chance of coming back from that. So maybe cap the combo out at 100, and then there's a few options that I'm thinking of here. This was a suggestion on the original game as well on Steam. So we can cap the game out, we can cap the combo out at 100, and then we can either give the player a bonus, like 1,000 points, that before restarting, or give the player a fun bonus round where everything is worth, like a fun bonus round where lights turn yellow or gold and everything grants like a few hundred points, or grants extra points for a designated time, maybe like 10 seconds. Just give them like an extra bonus when they hit 100. Then we reset. Then reset combo. Because that would be a fun incentive, would be to have like these bonus runs if they get 100 combo. I feel like that would make it feel arcadey and fun and something to shoot for. Okay, so this is something to think about. Let's go ahead and cancel the user's active combo if they get hit. So for that, I think we need to go to the game mode. Because I'm working on this in a few months, I don't remember where everything is stored. But let's go to our game mode here. I'm still waking up. So we have some events. Twitter event graph, lower health, game over event, game start. Let's burst. So on our lower health event, we minus the player's health by the damage that we give it. Then we set the player health, so it actually saves that in the local memory. Then we branch and we ask if the multiplier is greater than 1. If it is, then we minus the multiplier by 1. That way it's not super punishing to just completely reset it like I did in the original game. Because we want people to feel like they still have a chance if they get hit. We don't want them to just give up on their hopes and dreams because they got hit once. Then we animate the lights, and then we ask, is the player health less than or equal to 0? And then we do the game over event if it is. So I think we want to reset the combo count right here. So combo actions, where are our variables for that? So here we'll want to branch. And then we'll say, we'll make some extra room here. Okay, what is this? 0 by default. Where was I? Okay, health. So right here we want to ask, is the combo count greater than... I mean, we don't even need to ask. We can just do it. There's nothing we need to ask here. So we can just take our combo count, set it to 0. And then we can set the current fist and the previous fist. And setting it to nothing should reset it. So let's go ahead and start commenting some of this here. Reset the combo count. Come on, damn it. Reset the combo count. This, ask if multiplier greater than 1. If yes, lower by 1. Compile that and let's test. And the cool thing about testing now is we can cast so y'all can actually see what I'm doing here when it launches. Waiting for connection. I might have to, oh no, we're good. Okay, cool. I'm in the ground, but you know, sometimes it just be like that. So here we can launch onto the Quest 2, let it do its thing, and then we can test it, which I'm going to stand up and go over there to do. And you can also see the leaderboards here, because now when we play test locally, even just launching on the headset, we can activate the leaderboards. Granted, it takes some time to beat my current high score, so we're not going to be updating the leaderboards at all this morning, but hopefully some of the people I sent playtest keys to will actually playtest it. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, deploying. That's why I don't have the headset on yet. And I'll bring up the cast window here. It's doing its thing. Trying to get rid of the little sidebars. There we go. That's pretty cool. I did replace the batteries in the controllers too, which is nice. Taking a sweet time. I guess probably because, there we go. Probably because I updated and rebooted my PC. Okay. Okay, that works. So we can check that off our list. Let me close the cast for that. So we canceled the active combo. I'm not sure about capping the combo out. Right now, that's the best way to get a high score. I'm gonna have to reset my high score if I'm an honest person. If I do cap out the combo, I should reset my high score right now, given that I can no longer continue my combo if I get hit. I'm glad that works. I'm thinking through in my head how to keep track of local top 10 leaderboards. Granted, we really only need to keep track of the main of their like actual high score, I think. In the original game, if you recall, probably don't recall, I had the leaderboards, but then next to it we had your local highest score. Just to give you something to strive for so you know what you're trying to beat, to better yourself. So let me post this on my Instagram story in case anybody is curious. Instagram, Oracle Fish. Working on my game. If you want to hang out. Go to YouTube and grab the link. This is extremely tedious. Cool. We need to work on the difficulty curve too. That's gonna be a tweak over time kind of deal. It's like right now, pretty much everything is implemented. We just have to tweak it all and make it look nice. And fix the unlocks. Sometimes game development is a lot of staring at the screen, trying to just think through things. So we probably should figure out how we want the scoreboard to be laid out. Yeah, this is on me. I apologize for the spaciness. I should have figured out exactly what I wanted to work on before I even started the stream. Game over if health equals 0. This is not necessary. Should start commenting all of this and I'll have to figure it out every time I boot up. That looks a lot more organized. Need any of this. Definitely need to start cleaning up here. Right now I have it so you get, when you log in, you get 50 points. That's just an easy way for me to keep up with people logging in and not playing, I guess, for right now. Right now, if you look at the leaderboard, there's like nobody on it, so I'm trying to get up to 10 entries. Yeah. So let's start organizing some of this and commenting as well. Okay, write 50 points for the current. Write 50 points to leaderboard for current player. Then load the current player. Load the leaderboard. Update the leaderboard. Set the current pawn variable. Set the current start button variable. So then we ask if we have oh, this is actually smart. Just increment the save games if I want to reset it. Ask if a save game exists. Create a new save game if one does not exist. Load the save game into the current save variable. Okay. That has been commented. Then none of this is necessary. This is all necessary. Probably space all this out a little bit more. Give myself some room to comment. I don't even know what's going on in my own game. It's been so long. That's why I'm going through and commenting right now. Ask if the first bomb has spawned. I might just be too out of it for this morning. I'm exhausted. It's important to do a lot of checks when you're developing a game. So otherwise you get errors. So now this is all one big thing, which we don't care about this stuff anymore. This way we can keep it all nice and grouped up so we can tell what the hell is going on. That one's easy. Wait, based on current power-up spawned away, then spawn a power-up. Increment the score by the current multiplier per second. And you also get points for punching things, but that's kept separately. And then they're added to show your actual score. I have it set up this way on the enum so that it's easy to add a bunch of different potential game modes in the future. If we want to add like a fitness mode, or you want to add like a story quest mode with bosses or something, we can always maintain different modes and swap between them easily with the enumerator. This is just what happens when we tick the current classic game mode. So on our game over event, move all this down here. I feel like game start should be above game over in terms of organization. Let's find references for this. Okay, so that is currently being used. So we have this set to 60 seconds. Trying to figure out how the difficulty curve works and a better way to handle this, because right now it's kind of easy and then gets really hard all at once. Ugh. Definitely want a more... Oh shit, nope. We want a more progressive lerp here for the difficulty curve. So we do want it to like ease in, but we also want it to What was the play rate for this? Divided by 15 minutes. Okay. So we have it set to 1 minute on the timeline, but then we divide it by however many minutes we want it to actually take to curve into the difficulty. I'm just stalling here. Let's just create our save game. And then let's sort of mentally think through this. Right now, let's just save the local high score. Another option we could do is like classic arcade cabinets where you can enter your initials next to your high score for local. But that seems tedious when the goal is to have global high scores. And we can also use the Oculus leaderboards interface to allow them to switch and see their friends' high scores relative to them. So I don't know if we need like multiple local high scores, but I do want local, save local high score for use if we can't get online score, because ideally load from Meta XR platform. So what are the steps we want to do here? Also, let me zoom in so y'all can read this a little bit better. I don't know if that's the I don't know if there's a better way to zoom in on Notion. So on game over, we want to write current score to leaderboard. Meta XR automatically determines whether it's greater or not. Then we want to write the current score to the leaderboard. Meta XR automatically determines whether it's greater or not. I want to write the current score to the leaderboard. If successful, grab leaderboard score. Trying to figure out what we want to do here, because give me a second. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. Let's think about this. So I want to write current score to leaderboard. It'll automatically determine if it's a high score or not. On success, load. User's highest score from Meta XR and write to local save file. On failure, no internet. Check if user's new score is higher than local highest score. If the new score is higher, update the save file. I think that's a good path to go down. That way we rely on the online services, but if the online services fail, then we can always fall back to the local high score. And then when the player is online next, it will always update the local high score with the latest online one. I think that's probably the best way to handle that. So let's go ahead and add a section to our leaderboard. Which I think we're going to make a separate leaderboard widget. Nita and audio could chunk when you press the start button. That's actually a really good suggestion. I'll add that to my overall to do. Add start button sound effect. I currently have a subscription to Storyblocks, and reading their terms of service, I can use any of their music or sound effects in game projects, which is cool. So I'll look for a start button sound effect soon. Also, Mr. Let me show you something. You gotta try a little bit harder. Yes, I think I'm gonna take the entire leaderboard and put it inside of its own widget, and then put that on the scoreboard widget. That way it's easier to animate, I think. Keep it all segmented, and it'll be easier to update for sure. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll add that to my to-do list for the morning. Let's go ahead and separate the leaderboard into its own widget. Easier to maintain / change. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that first, and then we'll go ahead and add a your high score line to it. Another thing I'd like to add is another thing I'd like to add, probably not today, but leaderboards. Make user's name, make current user's name different color on the leaderboard. And then also we want to have a button to switch between top 10 and centered on user, because we want them to know where they are on the leaderboard, but we also want to be able to show the top 10 what you're actually trying to accomplish. So where to put that in the interface, given that I don't have like a point and click sort of menu, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. But we have time to figure it out. So let's go ahead and separate the leaderboard into its own widget. So let's go to our where did I save assets widgets? Here we go. So we have our scoreboard widget, but then we want to add a new widget, and we'll call this one leaderboard widget. We want to copy our vertical box. I want to go ahead and give it a canvas as well. How big is our scoreboard widget? $1920 by $650. I don't actually know how big I want this to be. We can experiment. So now we want to paste our vertical box into the canvas. Go ahead and scale that up, I think. Why is that so small? Also, we want to anchor this on the center and set the position to uh, 0.5 by 0.5. There we go. So now it'll stay locked to the center of this widget. And then to our vertical box, we want to add an horizontal box. And this horizontal box will have some text. Which will say your high score. And then it'll have some more text, which will be the score. Like we want to go into our leaderboard widget, our leaderboard row. We want to change the rank to be left aligned. So it is justified left. We want to have the score justified right. Want the name to be justified left. Okay. Ah. Ugh, still waking up. We'll have this justified left, and the horizontal box we want to we have to make our vertical box a little bigger just to be able to fit everything. Maybe even a little bit wider. Give some more room for the names and scores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Then on our row widget, we need to also, rather than going from 0 to 9, we want it to go from 1 to 10. But from the leaderboards, it grabs from the 0 to 9. So we need to have a separate variable for display pronoun. This will be an integer. And then when we initialize, we'll do that. We'll also bind that event, and then we'll also set the display row number to the row number +1. And then we'll link the display row number to show the display row number rather than the regular row number. So rank, we'll go ahead and link this to the display row number instead. So now we have 1 through 10 rather than, you know. Oh, that's right. We have this centered. So just 0 by 0 is good. So now on our scoreboard widget, I think we can delete this vertical box since all of the logic for updating the leaderboard is scored within the leaderboard rows. So we can just delete that, and then we can add leaderboard widget. Nice. Let's add a little bit of padding between this row. Just say like 15. And we did 20 between the title and the other, so we can do 20 here as well. And then this one, we want to have the text left aligned. I don't know why it won't go all the way to the edge. That's quite interesting. Anyway, we don't want this grabbing from the game every second, so we'll want to add some logic here. On initialize, and then we'll want to add a custom event. This will be update high score. So on initialize, we want to let's go ahead and get game mode. We'll cast to VR game mode, or cast to Punch Bomb game mode. And then we'll set this as a variable, and this will be current game mode. That way we don't have to keep calling it every time we need it. Then we want to get the current game mode. Bind event to on what did I call that event dispatcher? Shoot. Find event to update scoreboard. There we go. And we'll say update the high scores whenever that dispatcher is called. So to update the high score, we just want to get the current game mode, get current save, which is PB save specifically. And now we need to add high score to our PB save. So PB save game, let's add local high score. We can always change this later if we need to. This will be an integer, as we don't want to put floats. That just confuses people. And then we'll add a variable here that's an integer called user highest score, and that we can bind our text to. So then we can set the user highest score to the get local highest score. Because the local highest score will equal local highest score will equal the online highest score if we do everything correctly. Although there will be instances like, and this, I guess this won't apply to most players once the game is released, but there will be instances like right now your local high score is 0 and your online high score is 200 something until you play your first game. So I don't think that'll be an issue eventually, like once we have all of our logic that we're implementing today implemented, but yeah. And we also need to make some achievements, so we'll do that. We'll add that to our list of things to do this morning as well, since we're almost done with the high score thing. Achievements in Meta XR in Oculus Developer Center. Then tie these to unlocks, but also keep track locally. So we can update the local values whenever they are online, but let's say they're in the middle of the woods playing with their Oculus headset. We need to keep track locally of their unlock progress. So to do that, we want to track achievement progress locally individually of online. No. Locally updates achievement progress with whichever value is greater when player is online. Because let's say they're playing in the woods and they make progress on their unlocks, but then they log in and the online value is lower. We want to update that rather than update their local progress with the lower value, as they would be frustrated if they go online and lose all their progress towards their unlocks. But we do want to give players achievements and then potentially make cool objects they can add to their Oculus Home based on those achievements. What if you had like a cool table you could put in your Oculus home that's like held up by like one of the fists, for instance. That would be fun. Achievements. Golden Fist. Golden God. Skeleton Fist. Brave the Unknown. What are some other good ideas for that? Reaped from the Abyss. Neon Fists. I don't even know what my unlock progress goal for the Neon Fists was. Let's say die 25 times. I don't know why I'm getting sidetracked here. I get sidetracked so easily. We need to get back to focusing on our score implementation first. I think that's most important. Golden God will be reach a combo of 100 rather than punch a bunch of things. So right now the goal for those is to punch a bunch of things, but I think if the player reaches a combo of 100, which is the cap that we want to put on the combo, I think that's probably a better goal to get the cool gold fists. Don't even remember what the Neon Fists was tied to. Anyway, set the local high score to the user high score. Cool. Then under designer, we want to bind the text box to the user high score. I do not understand. Why this won't go over to the side here. Let's take a look. So let's just put it under the canvas panel. Yeah, why won't this? So left align, right align. Why won't this go over to the right? There we go. So now we can add our horizontal box under a vertical box, and that should work. And let's make these different color. Granted, the design of this is we're gonna mess with it later. Oh, we also want to add our background image, which will make a new. How big is this? Like dimensions. We made this square 512 by 512. Oh, that's fine for now. Right, we'll make an actual leaderboard background once I decide what I want it to look like. But for now, this is fine. Give that a little bit of breathing room. Compile it. Go back to our scoreboard. Ooh. Yep. We need to change the anchor for this to center. And have it centered. So now if we go back to our scoreboard, there we go. We can change the canvas. And I'm not sure. Oh. There we go. That's why. There's our health box. So we go to our animations. I think. I don't think we have keys in place for the X. Values of these. So for now, I think if we just move this over and dedicate the left there to the scoreboard, we'll figure out better alignment for that eventually. Maybe we want to put their highest score like right here. Okay, so now if we go to animate up, hit play. Okay, yeah, we did only animate the y-axis. Hey, what's up, Master Boss? Okay, so now let's check our unlocks box animation. Yep, looks good. Everything always goes vertically. So if we take our unlocks box and move it over when we're not in the animation. How you doing this morning, Master Boss? I guess it's almost not even morning anymore. And again, we can always. Nice try. Nice try what? unlocks animate in. We are animating the X value on these. So let's just delete that key. Doing good. I am doing great. It took me a second to wake up here, but okay, so let's click out of the animation, take our unlocks progress, move it over so that it's not overlapping our high scores. And then let's test the animation again. There we go. That looks correct. So we've implemented our high score. Now we need to actually set the user highest score. Also, how's it going, Oliver? What was the nice try for? The game over is still going to overlap for now. We're going to animate the scoreboard up eventually and have it come in at a certain point, like after game over. But I need to figure out where I want to put that on the screen. But having it working right now is the important thing, which it does. So on our leaderboard, under the graph, we have update high score. We set the high score to the local high score. So now let's go to our game over event. And we'll set this to our leaderboard action. So we write the score to the leaderboard. Then we load the leaderboard and we update the scoreboard. So write the score to the leaderboard, and if that's successful, we update the leaderboard. If that fails, I think we also update the leaderboard. Oh wait, we can just plug that and we don't need to duplicate it. So then when we update, we want to I played Fortnite with viewers in other games. Can't wait for new content. I appreciate that. I'm not like completely done with Fortnite. I just want to finish my VR game and get it released, and then see if people like it. And then if they do, I'll keep working on it. If they don't, I'll move on to something else. But we still do gameplay streams sometimes, I guess. I haven't really figured out what the content on this channel is, I guess. I've been uploading shorts regularly though. Maybe I should move the game design streams over to the other channel. I don't know. It's hard to keep everything segmented. So if we load the leaderboard, success, we set the current leaderboard to that, and we call update scoreboard. If we fail, this is the complicated part. So we don't have an out pin here to our leaderboard write scores event. I guess I need to do functions to have an output. Okay, so classic. We get the entries. If that's a success, we set the current leaderboard and we update the scoreboard, which on the leaderboard row widget, that means we get the game mode, we get the row scores. Okay, so I have to figure out where I want to place these actions. That's part of the difficult thing here, which we can always refactor later. So let's go ahead under the game mode. Oh, this is under the game mode already. I guess, like, this is a leaderboard action. It makes sense to be placed here. Seeing the new One Piece live action, you watched it not too long ago, love it. The original is still the best, but considering it's a live action, I felt like it was fine. I don't like who they chose to play Luffy. I feel like a lot of the lines that he reads feel like he's just reading off of a script rather than being believable. But I like Sanji. I like Zoro. I like a lot of the cast. Usopp I like better than the show than the anime, I think. Not a huge fan of who they chose for Luffy, but I thought the show overall was pretty good. It was well done for what it was. I hope they don't screw up Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, so we have the leaderboard, then we let me read my notes. On game over, write the current score to the leaderboard. We did that. On success, load user's high score from MetaXR and write to a local save file. So we need to do a check here. I didn't quite figure this out all the way. So let's see. Leaderboard. Get entry by IDs. Eating breakfast right now. What do you have for breakfast? Get entries by IDs. What is the tooltip for this? Matching the user IDs passed in. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich with milk. What did I have for breakfast today? I don't usually eat breakfast. User, get logged in, user ID, OVR ID, OVR ID. Okay, so then we will make an array, plug this in, you're the opposite, you never eat dinner. Interesting. I don't know if I can imagine life without dinner. Breakfast, I feel like, lunch isn't that far off. Okay, so we get the user ID. Let's make a new custom event, and this will be update high score. Update local high score. No spaces. So we will get the logged in user ID, pass that to our leaderboard entries by IDs. Our leaderboard name is this. I'm probably going to want to tie that to a variable eventually because I'm probably going to be changing that. And then so we get the user ID. Which that isn't dependent. It's not difficult. You just have to think through it. It's just a logic chart. Lunch is kind of more like your breakfast since you have lunch around 2 to 3 p.m. and dinner is like your 5 to 6 p.m. It's not really hungry yet at that time. Interesting. What time zone are you in? So we get that user ID, which is not dependent on the user being online because that's tied to their headset. Then we get leaderboard entries. Defines the maximum number of entries to return. We just want one. So then on success, Jesus Christ, I can't focus with all these text messages and stuff. Leave me alone. Phone goes over there. I don't want to see it. It's 10:57 a.m. Oh, Sam, so you're in Eastern. Okay, so if we successfully get the leaderboard entry, then what variable type is this? OVR make get elements. There we go. This will be on success. We want to get the score. So if we successfully get the leaderboard entry, then we want to get the score. And ask if it's greater than do I not have a variable for current game mode? Oh, this is the game mode. Current save. Your current save. Want to get local high score. Then if the leaderboard will branch. Make sure that's all working. We'll ask if the leaderboard highest score is greater than the local highest score. If it is, Then we'll set local highest score to the leaderboard score. Why are these? Interesting. And then we'll save the game. So current save, then we'll save game 2 slots. Current save. And then this will be slot name. Of course, before all of this, we want to ask if the go play something of your own. Have a good one, Master Boss. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Have fun with your games. I don't think. Okay, so currently we write the score to the leaderboard. It'll determine whether it's a high score or not. Then we get the leaderboard entries, and on success, we update the leaderboard. Easy. But let's say we can't get the leaderboard. On failure, so let's say we can't get our leaderboard entries. I cannot focus. Every time my phone vibrates, I completely lose my train of thought. Okay, phone goes away. Can't focus. Right now, we get the score. We write it to the leaderboard. On success, we get leaderboard entries. We set our current leaderboard and we call the update scoreboard function. On failure, we set the current leaderboard and we call the update scoreboard function. Which I just realized that I'm muted this whole time. I feel pretty dumb. I've been talking and saying stuff, and I was not even unmuted. What's up, Pizza Chew? What's up, Anakin? Sorry, you probably left because I was quiet. We don't want to do anything until we get a success or fail. Can we do that? Update, call update scoreboard. And then let's add an OVR leaderboard to our save game. So even if they're offline, they have the most recent. Latest leaderboard. What is, I think it's just OVR leaderboard entry pages structure. OVR leaderboard entry pages. Maybe not worry about that right now. Let's see if it works, I suppose. I'm gonna use the restroom one more time. This we're not using anywhere, so obsolete. So I'll go ahead and on our leaderboard widget, did we update high score bound to update scoreboard? We do take the local high score and set the user high score. That's after doing all our shenanigans of double checking everything next to each other. So we should be able to launch this on the Quest. I'll go ahead and cast, and then I'm going to use the restroom. We'll be right back. Okay. If we die, it should update my high score to the leaderboard 1. It did. Cool. I had a call. Not sure who it was from. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and delete my highest score. Of course, now we just saved my high score as the local. It's probably the animal hospital if I had to guess. Let me double check with Google. Yeah, it was the animal hospital. I did my annual with my cat this weekend. Okay, so if I go to my developer hub and delete my local high score, or my high score online, the local high score should replace the online one when I play the game. So let me go to let me cancel this. That should end the cast. Let me go to my app, go to leaderboards. I'm going to delete my high score. So now if we launch the game, I'm at 50, but my local high score is 54-14. So we have a mismatch. So let's play the game. We'll die. Updates with the local one. Nice. Very cool. But the question, let's go to our game mode and our event graph on begin play. Okay, this makes sense. We're not calling any of our functions here. That's okay for now, I think. But now I have to try to beat my high score. Or delete my save game. Ooh, I don't know how to delete the save game on the quest. I think we just... Shit. I probably have to uninstall and reinstall the game. Let's try that. I'm gonna refresh the developer hub. Delete that. Score. Then uninstall and reinstall the game. Now, reload it onto the headsets. That should reset my score, I believe. Deploying now both my high score, my leaderboard score will be 50. My high score should be 0. Let's cast. Zero, 50 as expected. Okay, that all works. And now, let me just, hide the game over text, hide the unlocks. Why is this getting squished in the actual game? Here, let's, preview this. Yeah, why is that different in the actual game? Maybe it has to do with the animations? No. I have no idea. Well, let's take our score. Move it over. Take our health. Move that over. Give us more space. And then our leaderboard. I think we can definitely make this narrower. And then specifically on the leaderboard rows, the rank can take up a lot less room. So we'll just say like, something like that. It shouldn't take up a fourth, maybe like 0.2. So now position 0, 0, and same for this. So rank only goes up to 10. So let's go ahead and set the preview text for that. So we'll remove the binding. We'll just say like 10. And then display pronoun. No, 0.2 should be fine. I can't imagine a world where it wouldn't be. Okay, so now if we hit play, let's just see what it looks like. better. I'm not sure why these are smaller in my preview than they are in the game. Let's take our score, move that over some. Yeah, I think that's fine for this right now. Let's go back to our leaderboard widgets. We'll scale this down some. And scale our vertical box down some. And center this vertically. Test it. There we go. Okay. Why does it say my high score is 0? Maybe every time I deploy it, it resets the save game. Or if we go to update scoreboard. I think we just call this function when we start the game. I think that'll fix everything, right? So begin play, instead of doing this, we do LB Classic right score. And that should handle everything, even if they have a score of 0 in their save game. Alright, so now let's run on the quest. Now it's redundant. If they have a local score that's higher than the leaderboard score, it'll update that. If their leaderboard score is higher than the local score, it'll update that, and vice versa. And then if they're offline, it should just go based on their local score. So I'll have to play test offline as well. Okay, cool. So now... Oh, it did. It did update the score. Okay, cool. So now let's try to beat 7,000 real quick. Oh, if I want to use any of these clips in TikToks or anything, I'm gonna need to get rid of the flip-in print screen there. Alright, so begin play. Where is this print screen? Oh, this is under the game instance. So we can skip the get logged in user since we're not doing anything with that. Then we don't have any more print strings that we're using. So now if we launch, then we can upload a new build as well. Wait for it to run, and then I'll go put the headset on. Launch complete. What the fuck? I didn't cancel. Did it crash? Okay, deploying. Running. Please don't crash. Cool. I was trying to beat our score. The heck? Okay, it works. I don't know how well the cast went, but let me go ahead and build this out. So we'll do edit, project settings. We need to up this to the next Android build. Set this to 8. Platforms, Android, package projects. Do alpha 08. Select folder. Let it do its thing. And then we will upload it. Got all done this morning. Not as much as I'd like, but so we did the save local high score. So we have our high score working all together now. We have to do achievements. We'll work on that on Wednesday, or at least unlocks. And we did separate the leaderboard into its own widget. Cool, good progress. Packaging. God, I look like a developer hunched over like this. I look like the stereotypical 80s movie developer. It's like the nerd. Gotta work on my posture. Or maybe I just need a higher desk. I don't know. Okay, packaging complete. Let's push it. Do app distribution, punch bomb, upload, alpha 8. We have our APK in our expansion file. Hit upload. Should be good to go. Okay, uploaded. Now it's running all of its like safety tests or whatever online. I think we can call the stream right there. We got a decent amount done this morning. Our leaderboards are pretty much completely functional. We have a local high score that is resilient. So even if the person doesn't have online access, they have their local highest score. But if they are online and there's a mismatch, it'll choose the higher one and update either, which is nice. So no matter where they are, whatever they do, if they play offline, the next time they're online, their score will be updated on the leaderboard, which is cool. So yeah, people will probably cheat, but I can always take those people off the list manually, I guess. I don't know. Figure that out. Cross that bridge when we come to it. If the game is popular enough for people to want to cheat at it, then we're in a good place, I suppose. So yeah, I guess we'll call the stream there. Thanks everybody who hung out, and new build up. I'll be back not on Wednesday because I have a concert, but I might do a makeup stream on Thursday working on the game. I have YouTube shorts scheduled for throughout the week, so keep your eyes open for those. That'll be fun. I'll see y'all probably on Thursday if I have to guess. Tuesday or Thursday, I'll do a makeup stream on one of those. So, and then next time we're gonna focus on unlocks and getting the unlock system working. So once we have that built, it should be easy to add the rest of the unlockable fists and add parameters for that. We just want to make a one-size-fits-all solution for that, I think, rather than custom tailoring each individual fist. So I will see y'all in the next episode of Chris is making a game. Later.